you,
It's right here. It's not the Warrior. It's not Savage. It's Mr. WWF himself. It's Ric Flair. And you know what? It's mine. All mine. Guess who's wearing it? Ric Flair. Come on, Bobby the Braun.
We don't want to be the kind of guys to say we told you so. We told you so. Get me a glass, a big glass. There you go.
Just like this. Plan A didn't work. But look what happens when Plan B comes in. Right here, the Nature Boy is once again the king
It's time
of the WWF.
Smell the roses. Almost like the smell of victory. Razor! Razor, how about a shot?
Right.
Have a little bit. This one's for you, Razor. Come on. That Plan B, it was working. It looked good.
What do you think?
It looked good on you.
No, I know that.
It looked good on you.
All right.
Too bad about Randy Savage, man. Here's to the champ. May he live forever.
We had a whole lot of superstars on this stage here tonight. But I want y'all to know one thing. This is my house. And when I say who's
Word attack skills and vocabulary too. All the hits in the disc edition is all brand new. You're through. I'm interplanetary like Doctor Who. So who?
Fuck your beef, no relief. I step on stage, girls scream like I'm Keith.
Boom, bam, surprise. Hit you right between your eyes. Okay, I tried. Retail Pro Wrestlers at it again. Keisha in the building. Keisha, speak to the people.
How do I even follow up after something like that? Like you, there's just no way to like even come into the show after something like that. Like I just can't.
Well, I've been inspired by the world's greatest entertainer, Bobby Brown, because I've been watching New Edition movie for the last 3 nights.
Somebody need to snatch away your BET. Just like somebody snatched away my BET.
Well, I mean, it's always on Centric, or if not, you can always pull it up on the Fire Stick. Look, Keisha, I got you.
Okay.
There's always a way.
Yeah, you right about that. You are right about that. Don't worry, I'll watch it this weekend or something like that.
Okay. But
get Mama to watch it with me.
Yes, I think it's a very good movie for cultural reverence. New Edition is one again. You know, like this show is all about huge parts of my childhood, right? That's how this whole thing started. And I couldn't tell you the story without New Edition. And if you're from my era, you and your homeboys tried to lock down the choreography. Y'all thought that y'all could do it. Y'all thought y'all could be New Edition. You couldn't, because none of y'all could sing, but y'all tried.
Y'all crashed and burned. Kind of blew up in the flames. You know, it's cool.
Hey, man. I could tell you the stories of my ill-fated rap career, but that is another tab for another podcast.
Trust me, Keith. We don't want to. You forgot. I remember the video project you did for school, and the
Whoa!
What song was that?
Whoa!
Oh God!
Whoa! Hey! Shh. Oh, okay. Thank God that stuff is on VHS. Whew, thank God it's on VHS. I don't think anybody has a digital copy of that material. So, whew. But
oh God, trust me. Look, if it ever ends up on Throwback Thursday, just know I didn't do it. I swear I didn't do it.
Yeah.
I have no copies of that whatsoever.
Because you at my mama house right now. I starkly do not believe you. But that is fine. We are going to continue
Trust
on.
me, I don't even think all the stuff in your mom's closet, she ain't got no picture now. You know, not one VHS is in this house. I can guarantee that. Okay. Unless your father got one stashed somewhere, and I doubt that too.
You might have one stashed, but you don't want to put it in. I wouldn't pop that in.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. I wouldn't even think about it. Trust me. You're like, nope. I am not. Well, you know, VHS in this house anyway, so I say we good. I plan on buying one of those one day. I know I can find one. You know, they still sell them in the store. Because, you know, people don't stop watching VHS. Just like I was in Walmart like about 2 weeks ago. I seen a cassette recorder and player and cassettes. Blank ones. You know, ones used to record stuff on. Yeah. I seen all of that. I was like, are you serious? Like, you can buy all of that for like less than like $10. Well, probably about $15. But still. Like, hey, if you want some nostalgia, boy, go to Walmart because they got everything now.
All right. Good to know. I will stay away from Walmart. But, yo, let's get into this wrestling. We are on the cusp of, I want to say the 29th or 30th Royal Rumble. I know it's the original Royal Rumble was in 1988. So I'm going to say 29. Won by Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Keish, it wasn't on the pay-per-view. It was broadcast live on the USA Network.
That I found out later on in life.
Yeah, there was only 20 men in the original Royal Rumble. The only other time the number wasn't 30 was in 2011, I want to say, with the 40-man Royal Rumble, which was probably...
And it was horrible.
Yeah, one of the worst Royal Rumbles of all time. But... It was horrible. I mean, and even the winner was Del Rio, which is kind of like, ooh, okay.
Right.
I mean, like, now, hindsight is 50-50, to quote the great philosopher, one Cameron Newton.
Cameron Newton.
Yeah, he hit it with hindsight is 50-50, Keish. I will never let that down. Have you ever heard Camisms?
Camisms? What?
Yeah. See, Cam likes to philosophize sometimes in his interviews, and I don't think he reads that much.
No,
so
that sounds like he does.
It gets bad, Keish. Yeah. That's all I can tell you.
Mm-hmm.
They get bad.
I'm sure it does.
I'm saying, we're not trying to come down from this hiatus that we're on right now. I'm like, ooh, Cam, don't use words you don't use in conversation. Don't do that.
Right.
Don't do it. Yeah, we're not trying to come down from this hiatus. Ooh, okay. But yeah. So, aside from that, Royal Rumble is upon us. Because it's Royal Rumble, we got NXT TakeOver Saturday live from San Antonio. Expect a blockbuster event there. Keish, just what I'm gonna say. I don't know if it's because it's the brand extension or whatever. The WWE is asking too much of my damn time.
What?
No, I'm serious. I'm getting out here. Y'all using up too much of my damn time. Look, 3-hour Raws is already excessive.
Yeah, that is.
Do we not agree?
It's ridiculously excessive.
For these big pay-per-views, y'all trying to do 4 hours, all of them? Okay, I thought WrestleMania was 4 hours, which I'm trying to fantasy book WrestleMania now. I don't know if I got 4 hours to fill up. Like, I'll play this. I could probably make a 5-hour WrestleMania card. But neither here nor there, right? And probably all title matches. But that's neither here nor there right now. 4 hours for Royal Rumble too?
Yeah.
Like shit. So now y'all gonna try to do a 2-hour pre-show. Look, man, I ain't trying to lock up 6 hours on my Sunday.
Right.
I need
'Cause it's
naps.
just too much.
Look, here's the thing.
See, this is why. That's why somebody like me, I skip the pre-show. I don't even watch the pre-show. Like
Yeah,
I
I mean,
just can't.
Okay.
Because I can't be watching all that. Like,
Yeah, the WrestleCast has a hashtag that says "Say No to Pre-Shows," and I think we need to probably get on board with that. They are fam. Yeah, I mean, and they try to put a match on the pre-show. We got the tag title match on the pre-show this time. Sheamus and Cesaro versus the Club. That is a main show match, Keish. What the freak are we doing? But anyway, like I said, I think that they started to suck up too much of my time. Like Monday night, I don't make it through Raw without a nap. I have to basically rewatch Raw on the back end to try to fill in the hour that I drop out the show because I have to take a nap. Because 3 hours on a Monday after, you know what I mean, a long week, I can't. I get 2 off days, Sunday and Monday. And man, look, y'all is not going to eat up all this off time. I'm a grown man. I got stuff to do.
Me and you both have the same off days. And I guarantee you that I'm not sitting through 3 hours of Raw. Like, I can't do it. My attention span is not that big. I got to get up at 5:30 next morning. Like, I don't know what y'all thought. I mean, I'm not doing it.
Here's the thing. Wrestling turned into a full-time job.
It has.
Watching it. I ain't even wrestling. Just watching wrestling is a full-time job. If I tried to fit in an hour of ROH, an hour... Look, the WWE puts out 6 hours a week without trying, right? Really 7. Right? 205 Live, NXT, SmackDown. I'm up to 4 hours already. The 3 hours of Raw, that's 7 hours.
Right.
All right, cool. Now, if I want to go and give TNA 2 hours, if I want to give New Japan some time, fortunately they don't do a lot of weekly show. I mean, most of their stuff is bigger events, but still, ROH got to get an hour a week. You know what I mean?
Right.
I haven't, and I mean, like, we haven't been on our indie grind in a while, and I got the Fight app so I can see Championship Wrestling from Hollywood now. Anytime I want to, if I want to try to pull up some Chikara online, I could, but the big dog sucks up a lot of the time. I'm just saying, I'm just a little bit of a rant. That's all. I just kind of, also some flawed things that I've been seeing in the shows that I'm just kind of tired of, that I'm going to write about. I'm going to express myself on paper. Well, not really paper because it's all digital. Yeah. But y'all can read about it because reading is fundamental. And don't get me wrong,
exactly.
I don't hate them. I love the WWE. They drive content for this place, right? Like,
right.
I see the downloads. I see the numbers. Even though, hey, one of the best performing episodes was Dixie's out. So apparently Dixie Carter getting fired inspired a lot of y'all. But that's besides the point. Well, she didn't get fired. She quit. She stepped down. She moved along. I don't want to say fired. Fired is like, she might try to sue me because she need the money. I don't know. So let's get back to where we was at, right? We had Royal Rumble. It's gonna be a very intense week. Takeover's coming in the night before. Excited about Takeover. Excited about Nakamura versus Bobby Roode. We're going to give our predictions for Royal Rumble. But let's recap. We're going to go into the Raw. Then we'll work our way through the news, the notes. We'll work our way through. News is going to be light this week, which is good because last week was heavy. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That is true.
But, we'll talk about some things. We'll get a little politics in the news because Linda McMahon had her confirmation hearings, or the first phase of her hearings this week.
With her daughter and her son-in-law there, but
Hey, man, at least did nobody get pedigreed or nothing in the Senate chambers.
But it was definitely mentioned. I mean, hey, I watched half of her confirmation hearing, and I listened to a lot of what they had to say, and they had to break up. wrestling. Like
Oh,
one
no.
of the senators was like, yeah, I mean, she didn't. It wasn't nothing that she asked her employees to do that she didn't do herself. I said, you damn right. Because she sure did take them stunners and that tombstone.
Yeah. Well, no, Linda didn't really get too much. Now, Vince did a lot of shit. But Linda didn't do that. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
Linda was more of the business person. Now, but she did get involved in the act during the Attitude Era. Oh, man.
Right.
I watched when Vince and Triple H got into it, and I watched Raw from like 99. I forget the month. Oh, Triple H the champ. He had a match with Austin. It didn't work out because he got Austin arrested. Linda was running the show. Triple H put his hands on Linda. Vince came down. It got messy.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I know exactly what you're talking about. Because Vince was supposed to not get involved in wrestling business.
Yeah, he lost that match to Austin, so he was supposed to be done. But
he came out of no. They thought it was Shane coming down there, and Vince just popped up with that look. You know that look on his face when he extra mad. Boy, I said, "Ooh, he gonna rip somebody a new asshole." I remember that he got all up in Linda's face like, "Bruh, you gonna tell her what I said?" She was like, "Nope." Vince got in that ring like, "Bro, I will bust all of your ass. Like, don't even." Now I remember that. Now that was funny. It was hilarious. Like, and I just watched this stuff too. Oh man, I just got through all of that too.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. I know we're supposed to be doing the Monday Night Wars, but I've been all over the WWE Network, Keish. Like, all over the place. So, the stuff I've been watching NWA, WCW Saturday from like 85, watched some 86, just stuff, getting caught up on some Midnight Express against the Horsemen, all kinds of stuff. And, bruh, some of them Jim Cornette promos, my man J.J. Dillon is just downright disrespectful. Just downright disrespectful. When Cornette got his groove on you, bruh, it just got disrespectful. It just like, look, we gonna fight for real. I don't really see a way around this. We just gotta fight for real.
He'll be like, man, oh my God, no, this just really just turned into a shoot, and I'm definitely finna bust your ass.
Yeah, like you just went too.
Be real.
There's a level you just went too far. But yeah, so we're gonna get into it, talk it all out, and let's get to Raw. So, Roman Reigns, Jericho, and Owens open up the show as per usual. I mean, Keish, you know what I'm happy about with Royal Rumble? This shit is gonna stop.
Yeah.
Look, man, Raw has opened up the exact same. Well, here, because somebody brought this up to my attention while I was on Twitter. Yeah, it's opened up the exact same way for the last 5 years, but for the last 3 to 4 months, it's been the same people opening up with the same. If they can stop opening up the show with the bullshit promo that sets up the main event, whoever's in the opening promo is going to be in the main event. If we get past that, I'd be happy.
I miss the good days when they opened the show with a match instead of a promo.
That's all I'm asking. Look, open the show.
That was awesome.
Let the announcers get their stuff in, and then, we're about to kick this off. After they do the rundown, the overview of what's going on, we're about to kick this off with such and such versus such and such. Let's get it popping and roll in. Do that for like 10 weeks in a row. Then you can drop in the promo to open up the show 1 week when it's different. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like, oh, wow. That's kind of... here's the thing. I know I'm going to keep watching. And as long as I keep watching, these assholes go do what they want to do, but they don't.
Oh, right.
They don't know how to make this shit better. You know what I mean? But yeah, so
Exactly.
that happened. Same thing. Yada yada yada. I'm talking blah blah blah. All right, get a rematch for the U.S. title. A blah 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 blah. Okay, cool. Right.
Right.
So now, Gallows versus Cesaro was pretty good. Gallows wins. There was some shenanigans, of course, because both partners were outside. Part of the problem I had with this match, Keish, they go wrestled on Sunday.
Right. Right.
Look, y'all,
Yeah.
they've had some variation of their match every week for the last like 3 or 4 weeks. Who the
That's
hell?
what they do.
Like, but that's so like lame. Like, give us what we want, set up the matches, but then get them away from each other. Both of those guys
it's
could
just
have.
like,
Both of those guys could have beat up jobbers this week, right? Or both tag teams could have got work against other tag teams this week, and both of them won their match, and then that'd been it, right? I think you get more buzz cracking if Gallows and Anderson beat the hell out of Jimmy Chipwood and the Lone Ranger, and
but
Cesaro and Sheamus are sitting on top of the stage watching from the announce table.
But see, this is where the WWE really it gets it to me. What's the best words to use? They confuse me because I can remember it was about a week ago, 2 weeks ago. Bayley had faced Aaliyah. Aaliyah is from NXT, so you brought an NXT star up so that they can face one of the big WWE main roster stars in the ring. Of course, you brought them in to smash them, whatever. But at the same time, that's what you did. You can't do that with tag teams and the male wrestlers. Like, you have way too many people and way too much talent for you not to utilize them. Like, you have way too much access to jobbers and, like, independent local wrestlers and things like that for you not to utilize them. Why is it that we're seeing a variation? Why is it that we're seeing a variation of these matches every week? Like, it makes no sense. They're just like with the single competitors. You got this person versus that person. And then you got another two people against each other. So you tag team them off and you have them face each other. It's the same damn thing to me. I don't understand the difference. Like, regardless of if they tagging with somebody else or if they're fighting this person by themselves, it's the same match. It's just in a different format. Like, I really just never got that myself. Like, so you have Gallows face Cesaro. Well, he's going to face him Sunday anyway, so what the hell? Like, I don't know. I really seriously just don't understand things like that. It really boggles me when you do this sort of thing. I mean, Keith, we see them do it all the time. It's annoying as shit, but it's just what they do. They do it on Raw, SmackDown, I could honestly say the only show that this doesn't happen on too much is NXT. Like, that's, in all honesty, that's really the end all and be all of it. On NXT, they take their NXT stars and have them face, like, other NXT wrestlers, but not the ones that are, like, really big, the ones that we know very well. They just have them face, like, someone that hasn't really made their debut yet, or somebody that hasn't really been presented out there like that yet, which is what you would expect them to do. So that's why I get so confused, because I'm like, they must not have the same creative teams or something, because like, these two shows do one thing, and then, like, these three do another, and it's just all confusing as hell. So, I don't know. Like, I really see, like, this really ridiculously contradicting for a blend of wrestling out of all the shows. Because even though WWE has this long range of wrestling during the week, like, I try and watch all of it. And that's where you see, like, the differences, and you're just kind of like, well, who the hell is the creative team for this show, that one, and that one? Because what I think should happen here happens there, and vice versa, and it's just too much. I can't deal. So, I know I went all the way left, and I kind of went off the deep end a little bit, but you know how I get about this kind of stuff.
No,
It is what it is.
No, it's just how it happened. So Sami Zayn defeated Seth Rollins in an interesting twist where Sami Zayn beat Rollins to get his spot in the Royal Rumble. That was set up by heel Commissioner Stephanie McMahon. Now, here's the thing. The match, it was a good match. I hated the ending.
It was awesome.
I hated the ending. But the ending was set up to screw Rollins. Triple H's music came on, but Triple H did not show up. Sami Zayn took the roll up because Sami Zayn took the cheap way out. I mean, hey, you got to get in where you fit in, so I ain't totally mad at Sami Zayn.
All right.
Now, I mean, it's obvious. We're getting Seth Rollins versus Triple H at WrestleMania, right?
Of course.
So, how we get there, I don't know. I still would like Rollins, and I think I'm not convinced he won't end up in a Rumble Sunday. I think there's still a good chance he ends up in a Rumble. He might end up in a match prior to, but I think he ends up in a Rumble. T.J. Perkins, Jack Gallagher, Mustafa Ali, who it was good to see Mustafa on Raw. Like, a lot of the guys from the Cruiserweight tournament are making their appearances and making their way into Raw and on 205 Live. So now, I mean, it's getting pretty good. They defeat the team of Little Davari, Tony Nese, and Drew Gulak. They get in like 2 Cruiserweight matches a night, and I think that's pretty good. So
yeah, that's
awesome.
awesome.
In about 2 a night on Raw, and then you follow it up on SmackDown. See, and here's the thing, Keish. You know how you can have a 3-hour Raw?
Insert more matches?
No, not just that, but like, hey, make the first hour 205 Live. And then 9 to 10 be regular Raw. But they ain't going to do that.
No.
They ain't going to do that. You know, I think
because 205 Live has to be its own show. Like,
yeah, I think
it has to be its own show.
They travel with the SmackDown team. Even though the Cruiserweights are assigned to Raw, they travel with the SmackDown team. I think they record for the Smack because it comes on after SmackDown. And then Talking Smack is pushed back an hour because at the actual arena they doing the 205 Live stuff. Crazy.
Which makes you ask the question of, like, why isn't the Cruiserweights on SmackDown? But then SmackDown is only a 2-hour show, so they have to find some kind of filler for Raw, and you can insert Cruiserweight matches in very easily to the 3 hours that it's scheduled for. But then it's like, okay, so why isn't 205 Live and on Monday instead of Tuesday? And it's just ridiculous. Like, the questions that can go with this, and that's not even getting into all the politics of it and all of that. Like, I get confused, Keith. I get confused. I try not to wreck my brain with this stuff because it's very ridiculously confusing all the time.
No.
All the time.
No, fair enough. But that's just what it is. Braun Strowman, Rusev, Jinder Mahal, and Titus O'Neil defeat the New Day and Enzo and Cass in 8-man tag match. That seemed a little. I mean, it was okay. I thought they kept Cass and Strowman apart. That made good sense.
Right.
This Rumble is going to be interesting because they're going to try to showcase so many people.
Right.
And still, make it work.
But see, to me, that's one of the things that makes it so interesting. Is the fact that they're going to try and showcase so many people and make it work. Like, I think to me, because that's what makes it to me so unpredictable. Like, in all honesty, I don't have a winner. Like, in my head right now, I don't. Like, I was having this conversation with somebody at work last week. They were like, "So who do you think going to win?" I was like, honestly, I don't know because of the considering who is all entered into it. Like, I can tell you right now, I have no clue who's going to actually win the damn thing. I just know there's a whole list of possibilities of what can come out of it, but I don't know exactly who's going to actually win it, Like, that's hard to put together. That's hard to really predict is who's going to actually, take it all. Like, you can't really.
Well, towards the end of the show, I will give you my thoughts and ideas, and I think I got something. And I give you like a top 5 or something like that. I think I'm gonna nail down I'm gonna try to book the whole creative. But going on from that last match, Roman Reigns defeated Chris Jericho, but did not win the U.S. title as he beat him via disqualification. So Jericho still maintains the United States title, which is good, right? So this kind of lets me know a little bit about Sunday. So Jericho kept the title. Him and Kevin beat up Roman. That's where we are. Nia Jax defeats Ray Lyn in a good squash because that's what she does. Rich Swann defeated Noam Dar, who now has Alicia Fox on his side. And, she's left Cedric Alexander. And can I tell you I hate that gimmick?
Yeah.
And I mean, I hate everything about it. Cedric! Yeah. Like, she just plays I'm just so tired. Like, should she be wrestling? Like
yeah, she should.
It's just so over the top. Like, it's just like, ugh. Like, I get it's acted, but it's bad.
It's horrific. She should be wrestling. Like, there's no question about that. She should be wrestling. She should be doing something. Like, I don't understand it. I really don't.
Yeah, I don't want to bang on Alicia Fox.
Why?
This sucks.
Yeah. I mean, she should be doing something other than being out there, on the arm of another dude, It's just ridiculous. Like, all of it's ridiculous.
But that's it. So Brock Lesnar came to confront Goldberg. They said Goldberg was going to be there. I didn't know Brock was going to show up. Like, Brock don't really usually show up, very, very close dates to each other. But I get it. This was the go-home show. This is the one that sold the Rumble, right?
Right.
And really only Goldberg was advertised. But then Brock came down to the ring, and it was like, ooh, this could get heated. And then you heard that gong. Man, that Undertaker music is so classic.
That gong is everything. Because when you hear that, you just know. Like, you just know. Like, there's no way you don't know. Like, you can just feel it.
Yeah.
Like, you just know.
So.
And then it happens, and you're like, yes.
Pretty much.
Forget it.
Yeah. So, that hit. You do the drill. Taker's there. And then the show just goes off the air. Like, they all just stare at each other down, and the show goes off the air. I mean, those three will be big parts of the show, Keish. Big parts of the show. So that happened. And is one of the selling points for all of this, right? Those 3 stars were in the ring and they faded out the show without you seeing anything. And it was like, yo, they ain't had to touch each other. They ain't had to have no match, no pre-match or nothing like that. No. Everybody know what everybody can do.
Right.
Just let you know, everybody try to get to the same place.
That's exactly how it is and how it should be.
Right.
But, I mean, sometimes it's just not necessary. I think a lot of people call for the fight, but for what? You know, we know they can fight. We know they can fight each other. We've seen them fight each other.
Right.
It's not, all that is not necessarily something that needs to happen. It's just it's just the anticipation sometimes just needs to be there. So, give it the anticipation that it needs, then people are a little bit more geared up to see it.
Right.
So,
with that being said, what we're going to do is go hit our first break, and we'll come back with birthdays, news. We'll go over SmackDown, because SmackDown was fun. And then we'll start the previews of TakeOver and Rumble. Generally, I do a separate TakeOver pay-per-view show, but I have decided that, probably not. Probably not. Just go keep it all together in one show. I think you guys will appreciate that more.
right.
And, let's go ahead and hit this break, and we will be back on the other end. So,
Cow Palace, this is one you will not want to miss. Teddy Robinson talking about this one here in the Bay Area. Bobby Heenan, I'm certain you're going to have something to say about this very unusual, this very unique match. You've got 6 men in the ring at one time. Yes, managers will be in the corners. And you've got Steamboat Junkyard Dog Tito Santana facing the Natural Butch Reed, the Macho Man Randy Savage, and your self-proclaimed king of wrestling, Harley Race.
You know, you're talking about the Cow Palace. Now, any facility all over the world is either known as the Superdome, Pontiac Silverdome, the Cow Palace. Did they name it after the ladies that work here?
Wait a minute, there is tremendous tradition in that great facility.
Oh, that's
Please.
right. If you can go moo, you can get in for half price, I guess, huh? See what this is.
yep, we are back on the flip side of the break. Time for the birthdays. So,
Birthdays.
Oh, yeah, we'll get to the news. It is January 26th. When y'all hear this, it'll be the 27th. But just to let you know, 2 days ago, 25th, Michelle McCool celebrated her birthday. Young Miss McCool turned 37, also known as Mrs. Undertaker. The Honky Tonk Man celebrated birthday on Wednesday. The Honky Tonk Man turned 64. One Wayne Ferris, cousin of Jerry the King Lawler, famed Elvis impersonator, the Honky Tonk Man, greatest Intercontinental champion ever. So let him tell it. He did have a long ass run though.
Yeah, he did.
Now, on the 26th, which was yesterday, because as we recorded, I forget we live, and it's going to be the 27th in about a minute. Road Warrior Animal celebrates a birthday. Animal turns 57. Taylor Wilde celebrated a birthday. One Sasha Banks turned 25 this week. 25.
Yay, Sasha!
I didn't realize that she was that young. 25.
Yeah.
Born in 1992.
Oh, Lord help me.
Keesh. She is younger than the Eddie Heartbreak album.
Like, you just said 92, Key. 92.
She is only a year older than Enter the 36 Chambers by Wu-Tang. I'm just trying to give you some context. When her cousin Snoop made Donkey Style, she was 1.
Man, like, that's hilarious, but at the same time, it's like, I have to honestly say, I'm sitting here like, man, people more than 92 or 25? Shit. Like, you really just, you sit there and you like, is this for real? Like, are we really at that point? You know? Yeah, like, we're at that point. Oh, God. Man. Go Sasha. Like, I don't know. I really don't know what else to say about that. I think it's awesome, you know. I hope she enjoyed her birthday. You know, that's about as far as you can go with it. Yeah.
Yeah. So, here we go. Into the news. And I like news. So, just to let you know, I don't know if it's a learning tool or whatever, but it was announced the entire NXT roster is expected to be backstage at Royal Rumble, according to PWI Insider. There are current 22 announced wrestlers for a Royal Rumble match, which leaves about 8 spots open. So there's a chance that, though obviously it's just speculation, that you may see an NXT wrestler or two join the main roster on Sunday by hitting the Rumble. They say Samoa Joe is expected to be called up very soon to the main roster. So it's a possibility they may make him a debut in the Rumble. Thoughts, concerns?
I'm keeping my fingers crossed, and I hope that it actually happens. Because that would be something that we've all been waiting for, you know? I definitely would be excited if it did happen. The opening slots in the Rumble, to me, keeps open a wide range of what I want to happen. You know, I want to see some NXT stars get called up. You know, I want to know who's going to be like the throwback gimmick person. I want to know who's going to be like just a throwback person, period. You know, we get surprises in the Rumble all the time. And every year there's always been a surprise. You remember last year it was AJ Styles. So, I mean, that's the kind of stuff that I wait for.
Right.
That is honestly the kind of stuff that I wait for and I hope to happen. So I'm definitely excited about where those 8 slots, who those 8 slots are going to go to. I'm just trying to figure out, like, who else I would like to see fill them, to tell the truth. Like, it's definitely going to be an interesting... It makes the Royal Rumble that much more interesting. If it wasn't interesting enough because of the already 22 competitors that's entered into it, you know, I just kind of want to know, like, who's going to be the other 8 and where they're going to come from. I definitely know that there's still going to be, like, a couple... I feel there's still going to be a couple of Raw and SmackDown superstars here and there that's going to be included into that final 8, but at the same time, I don't expect too much of them because there's 22 of them already. So, I would guess that it's an even split. So, like, all I want to know is, like, who else is going to be entered in this thing. Of course, I have to watch it in its entirety because I need to know, Keith. Like, I need to know what order they came in, who's going to win this thing. You know, I got to know all of it. So it's... This Royal Rumble, I have to honestly say, has me at the highest level of anticipation. it has been a while. Last year's was the last one that had me like that. And that was because of the speculation of there being the arrival of AJ Styles. And when it actually happened, it was like, yes, you know? So, I just know, like, all I know is I'm just trying to see how this plays out this year. And God forbid Triple H enters the Royal Rumble. I do not have time for that.
Yeah.
I don't.
I can see him entering, and with Rollins not being in a Rumble, getting bum rushed by Rollins coming down the ramp. Like, I mean, I just want you to think of these kind of things. But Finn Balor will be cleared. Was expected to be cleared soon. This was posted yesterday. He's undergoing medical testing with Dr. James Andrews in Birmingham, and he could be officially cleared to return to the ring. Now, that was done. That was actually written yesterday. So, I'm going to say he's already been cleared, and they just getting the feelers out there. And I'm going to say I expect Finn Balor to be one of the surprise entrances in the Royal Rumble. And it's going to be good to see the man back, and time to get rocking and rolling and get him back towards that main event. Also, Kenny Omega has confirmed he will not be in the Rumble, which I kind of killed the rumors last week, didn't I? But he made it official and said he will not be there. He has re-signed with New Japan, so that's going down. I'm going to give you an interesting thing. Triple H commented on why AJ Styles, Carl Anderson, and Luke Gallows didn't go to NXT. Basically, he just said that they, at the time, the thought process where those guys were available and there was an opportunity available to them.
Right.
I'm going to say it's a little deeper. I think AJ especially waited because he didn't want to. He could have probably went to NXT. I think he waited till he got himself to a point where he could tell them no, where he could do his own thing. And he was like, I'll come over when I'm ready. You know what I mean? And
but wouldn't you do the same thing?
Yeah. I'm not coming there just to be, you know what I mean? Bruh, I'm too good for NXT. I'm not developmental. But they said Styles wished he would have went through the NXT process just to get through the learning curve of what's going on. You know, it's kind of things that go down with WWE. I'm going to say maybe, but he made it to the main event without needing it. So I don't know if that really, I mean, like I said, 2016, he literally could be the MVP of WWE.
Right.
Like,
I mean,
go ahead.
I guess maybe it might be some backstage stuff that we don't see. But I don't see where he lacks at. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe it's something that I'm missing or something like that, but I don't think that I think AJ has been doing a wonderful job for the past year. And I really just don't see, like, where he really, like, needs work, you know? And like I said, maybe I'm missing something, or maybe it's something that's going on backstage or behind the scenes or, like, right in my face, and I'm just not even really paying attention to it, that I feel he really just needs work at, you know? But, like, I don't know wrestling as a wrestler. I know wrestling as a fan, so I can't really speak on, you know, I can't really speak on that too much, but I guess, I mean, it has to be a reason why he might have said it, but at the same time, it's like, AJ, you're doing awesome. Like, why would you even, because I can honestly say that I've never seen, there's certain wrestlers that I actually would have never thought to go through NXT before they got to the main roster, and AJ Styles is definitely that one of those people. Gallows and Anderson I actually would have thought to be placed in NXT way before AJ. And for them to have been placed on the main roster automatically was something that I felt was different. It was something that I didn't think that would have occurred, because for Samoa Joe to be in NXT, it was like, okay, but but when you see it fits. Like, I think that's what is so confusing to me about that situation is, like, when you see it now, it fits.
Yeah, well, I would argue Samoa Joe coming out of TNA needed a little more adjustment than AJ coming out of New Japan, because AJ was main event to semi-main most of the time in New Japan. So,
right,
like at the Tokyo Dome show last year, it was semi-main with Nakamura. Even though what I'm saying is kind of crazy because Nakamura was in that same match and he went to NXT, but that's for like 50,000.
Right.
See, TNA shows is in front of 500 at best. I mean,
that is true.
So it is what it is. I've been to some TNA shows. It ain't pretty. They don't even do house shows no more. What's that? Ain't pretty. But just to let you know, the pre-show is going to get a little longer because the women's 6-man tag from SmackDown matches moved to the pre-show also. But I think they already had a 2-hour pre-show kind of booked. So yeah, so the Naomi match with her, Nikki Bella, and Becky Lynch against Mickie James, aka Thicky James.
Mm-hmm.
And Alexa Bliss and Natalya will be moved to a pre-show. So more than likely they'll probably close out the 5 o'clock hour, and Cesaro and Sheamus and the club will close out like the 6 o'clock hour, and then 7 will roll into the actual pay-per-view, and then all the other stuff in between will be a bunch of talking.
Keith, This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous, and I'm gonna say it like this is ridiculous. You don't need a 2-hour free show. Okay, first of all, let's get that out of the way right now. You don't need a 2-hour free show, and you damn sure don't need to start the show at 7. Like, what the hell? I'm not watching all of that. Like, it's bad enough I gotta start watching the Royal Rumble at 7 and not 8 o'clock as it should be. But now you expect me to sit there through a 2-hour pre-show? I'm not sitting through 2 hours of 2 matches and like a whole nother hour and a half of people talking. Like, I'm just not gonna do it. And like it's gonna be more than that, because they're gonna take the women's match and cut it down to about 10 minutes. Like, if it goes on that long, like, come on, man. And this is a 6-woman tag. Like, why did they even move that to the pre-show? You have 4 hours of pay-per-view. 4 hours of pay-per-view. Why did you move the women's match to the pre-show? Why is the tag team championship match for Raw on the pre-show? If I watch Royal Rumble and they have some random ridiculous match during the Rumble, I swear I'm going to be pissed off.
Yeah. But that's the thing. Not only that, it's going to be a lot of damn commercials and interruptions and all kinds of shit. They're going to be selling video games. They're going to be selling movies and all that stuff during the 4 hours of Royal Rumble.
Right.
Let me tell you, buy Mountain Dew.
Because...
buy Legos. Let me sell all kinds of shit.
The first time that I watched a pay-per-view and I seen a K Jewelers commercial come through, I swear to you, Keith, I thought I was watching something else. I was like, wait, what is this? I was like, wait, did this turn to something? Like, what is this? Like, I rewinded it. Like, I went back just to make sure that what I was seeing was what I was seeing, and then I saw it, and I was like, oh. when the hell they started doing this? Like, I seriously was just kind of like, when the hell did they start doing all this? I'm not here for it. I'm not. Mm-hmm. If y'all are expanding pay-per-views so that y'all can throw commercials in it, just stop doing that. I mean, I understand that you got to get your money and the ads and all that, but seriously, really? So you're going to have me give up another hour of my life so that y'all can have K. Jula commercials in the show? Like, I'm not here for it. I'm just really not.
Also, in the rumor killer department, Kurt Angle says he is not going to compete at the Royal Rumble. Could be a work, yeah.
Of course.
Because here's the thing, he had an indie date scheduled that weekend, and he got moved. He got bumped. The WWE called him home, like, "Hey, can't be there this weekend. Need you somewhere else." So he at least is probably going to appear at Royal Rumble.
Look, if that music hits, Keith, I ain't gonna lie, I'm going nuts. I'm going to scream, "Oh, God, it's going!" I'm going to lose it. I am. So, be prepared for that. Just know. Yeah. I will lose it. I will just, I will wild out. "Oh, God, it's going!" Yeah, I'll do all of that. So, just put it out there. Just let it be known, because I am that person.
So, with that, I don't think it's not really a lot of news. Ric Flair is supposed to get a statue at WrestleMania 33.
Yes.
Like, that's going down. They're going to present it with a statue during Access.
So, hey, Keith, did you know Cesaro was a stripper?
Apparently. That's what it's showing in the news. So he's getting billed as a stripper? What the hell was that?
Well, apparently, so there's an advertisement for a local strip club in the city of a guy from Reddit, and he posted it, and it has Cesaro on it as one advertisement as one of the strippers. And I'm like, what? Like, who does that? I mean, the crazy part about it is I'm looking at the advertisement. It's written in Spanish, and like he literally like fits in with the rest of the advertisement. But it's retarded. Like, I'm like, who did this? Like, seriously.
Somebody who thought nobody would see. Somebody who thought nobody would see it.
Yeah. Well, it's out there. I can tell you that. It is definitely out there. The whole world can see that. Like, I was like, what in the hell is this? Cesaro as a stripper. Nope. I'm not even finna go there.
No. So with that, let's go into good old SmackDown.
Ooh, yes. Let's talk about that.
It was a pretty good show. SmackDown, I think, was a better setup for a go home for the pay-per-view than Raw. Because
it was.
They had a lot of things popping. Randy Orton defeated Luke Harper in a match where the Wyatt family was trying to repair themselves and hopefully they get along and stuff like that. Damn good match, Keish. Like, I think the fans really wasn't turned on at first. But after the back and forth, after the near falls and stuff like that, I think people really got invested. I want to give Bray credit, too, for being sitting out there playing it cool, like being impartial, not trying to tip his hat.
Well, Randy winning was surprising to me. I wasn't expecting that. I actually thought that Luke Harper would win it because, you know, it's been that way. But I guess, you know, that's why I expected it, because of how everything has played out with Bray Wyatt and Luke Harper. So I never really would think that it would be Randy Orton to win, because I feel like at some point down the road, Randy's going to turn on Ray or vice versa. So it's like, how do you bring back together the Wyatt family with Randy by Bray's side and not Luke Harper? I don't know. I guess I was thinking way too far and too much into it.
Well, I think eventually it's going to break and lead to a match between Randy and Bray. But I think Luke works functionally because he's seen as the follower of the group, so you can always bring him back under Bray.
Right.
And Bray may need his troops later on. He may need Luke and Rowan if him and Randy ever turn. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Or
that I can understand.
Yeah. There we go. So
I just know that it was a good match.
Yeah.
I do give him that much.
Mickie James and Alexa Bliss showed up with the 201 attack on Becky Lynch. Well, start out with Mickie having an interview with Renee Young, which Mickie is doing pretty good at Class A Crazy.
Yeah.
They say she has a good interview on a podcast with Lillian Garcia, which I know Lillian Garcia was getting into the podcast game. But
yeah, when did that happen?
I don't know. But so
everybody has a podcast these days. I tell you, I don't know about that, but I do know that you're right. Mickie is like psycho. And I just want to know, like, who decided that she was going to be this way? Because it works for her, but it's like, dude, like, what's really going on?
Well, I think they needed to plug her to a spot that she knew. And, you know, that wild card could always backfire on you. So, that's going to happen. Carmella took James Ellsworth shopping. And at the end of it, he looked like baby Cass. And also, when they gonna get rid of James Ellsworth?
That's my question. Because I don't think there's like anything that he's doing that works for him, but I think they just keep him there for like entertainment factor. Like, he's not going to be like an actual wrestler. Like, I don't ever think that he's going to actually be like Intercontinental Champion or, you know, nothing like that. I think that he's just going to be kept around more so of a folk fun entertainment factor. Like, but I wouldn't even, if I was him, I wouldn't even really care because I would still get a check. So it really wouldn't matter. But at the same time, from our standpoint, and from the standpoint of others, it's like, okay, so what's the point of him being here, especially when you have him, you know, doing things like going shopping with Carmella. Like, it's just weird. It's just weird because it's like there could be things that Carmella could be doing with her time and efforts that are kind of being stalled by y'all pairing her with him and just creating something for him while he's there. I think that to me is a problem in itself that needs to be resolved. It needs to be resolved and soon because it's taken away. You don't want to ever take away from another wrestler's career in order to make someone else's work. Like, it just shouldn't be that way. And I mean, like, in this case, because not everybody's going to be showcased on every show, and not everybody's going to be out there in front all the time. But unless you're a main eventer or you have a title. But other than that, like, it's like, okay, but why do you have James Ellsworth, and what do you plan on doing with him in the near future? And I know there's no answer for that. So it's just kind of like, don't take away from another wrestler, even if it is. I mean, especially if it's a female superstar, because you just don't, you know, there's no point for that. I'm not a big fan of Carmella, you know, and I'm not going to sit here and act like I am, but at the same time, at least give the girl a chance to have matches and stuff like that, whereas as opposed to her bust around with James Ellsworth. It's just ridiculous. So hopefully things change soon, and like we see what happens going forward. I'm just saying, like it's just ridiculous.
Yeah. Mojo Rawley won the Over the Top Battle Royal, which was basically a bunch of tag team guys.
I was cheering for him. I'm not gonna
He got
lie.
his spot in the Rumble, so he ain't got to get hype. He stay hype, which I think is indicative of a coke problem. But that neither here nor there.
Shut up, Keith. Shut up.
Neither here nor there. AJ Styles called out John Cena after he got AA last week. Dolph Ziggler beat up on Kalisto, which you don't really get any cool points for that, do you?
Yeah, I wasn't really here for that. I wasn't. I mean, I don't take nothing away from Kalisto. He's a good wrestler, but I really wasn't here for that. Like, I was like, come on, man. And have Dolph beat him up. Like, why? What is the point? Like, Apollo Crews coming out and attacking him was a way better than, like, having him beat up Kalisto. Like, it was just kind of like, okay. Like, now what?
So what did you think of the lumberjack match between Miz and Dean Ambrose for the IC title?
I thought that match was greatness. I thought that match was everything. I really did. That match was absolutely awesome. Until, like, it was funny because the match was good even with all the lumberjacks, like, getting involved, jumping in the ring, doing too much. You know, that's my whole take on that. It was just doing way too much. But other than that, I think it was good. I mean, I really didn't see too much of an issue with it. So I thought the match had its ups and downs. But all in all, it wasn't that bad, you know. It was good for a lumberjack match. Because with those, you just really can't. I really just don't assess those too well because of the outside of, you know, other people outside of it. It's like, you know, the heels are going to help the heel. You know, the faces are going to help the face. So it's like, what do you really expect, you know, from it all? But it also got to let me see some of the SmackDown talent that's being underused, like the Usos and Apollo Crews and, you know, like, you know, stuff like that. So we'll see how they go from here with Dean Ambrose and The Miz, but I didn't think it was that bad. I really thought it was pretty good. So, I mean, that's my take on it. I don't know if you feel any close to the same way or whatnot. But that's me.
Yeah.
I'm glad that Dean retained the IC belt. I can tell you that.
Yeah, no, I think he's going to have a good run with this IC title. I would see bright things in his future. So, with that, I mean, that's the recap of SmackDown. So wait, Keith. Yeah.
Whoa. Are we not going to talk about this interaction between Cena and AJ?
Yeah, I mean, we can talk about it. It was a little weird,
like,
but we can talk about it.
No. I want to talk about this weirdness because I have been waiting for this for like 2 days. Like, I seriously have been. Keith, like, Cena. Can we talk about Cena real quick?
The floor is yours.
Like, was that a shoot? Like, I just really want to know, like, did he really just get in that ring and was like, yeah, so I'm finna put out some really pent-up frustration, and I'm finna just let the world know how I feel right now. Because that went a little left. Like, I mean, when I say it went a little left, like when AJ called him, he said he's not as good of a wrestler, and he's just like, you know, you weren't made for this, and you know, so it's like, are you serious? Like, I felt Cena really dig deep and was like, okay, I'm finna just put it all out here right now because obviously this dude don't know me, and I was shocked. I was a little bit, you know, taken aback because I was like, man, like who would have known that he had this in him, you know? Especially when he got to parts like, you know, oh, you say that because I wasn't on the indie scene, and you know, look, you talk about respect. I have 10,000 and more people saying that I suck every time I come out here. Like, he was like, oh, everybody says everything was handed to me, but you know, like, you talk about respect, and oh man, it got deep. It got deep, and I was like, yes, go Cena. Like, like I honestly was just sitting there like, oh man, I am all here for this. It was incredible. That ended perfectly. And I didn't find it weird at all. I really seriously think Cena went way less because he seemed angry. Like, not that normal level of angry where it's like we know it's just because of the upcoming matches or whatever. No, like, he seemed like, I'm finna punch you in your face right now, angry. And it was greatness. So I just want to say that was an incredible exchange between the two. You know, no physical contact, you know what I'm saying, whatsoever. Not a kick to the face. They didn't get in each other's face, you know, none of that. It was all mic, you know, no physicality, and I was just glad that they actually allowed that to happen.
Yeah. Cena hit him with the equivalent of, hey, you made a hot line, I made it a hot song. Like,
right.
Like, yo, I've been holding this towel for the last 15 years. I'm like, oh, shit.
Right.
Like, dog, you just flavor of the month.
That's exactly how that went.
And I'm like, ooh.
That's exactly how that went. And I was like, tell Cena. Like, it's funny because I love them both. But, man, I was all on Team Cena at that moment. And what's funny is, I don't know if you really heard the reaction from the crowd, but like, people were into it. And what's crazy is he's been criticized about it. That was a little heelish. Well, ain't that what everybody been wanting? Like, come on, man. You know, it's not fans that's criticizing him, you know, these writers for these publications and sports and wrestling and, you know, people from like PWI and stuff like that. Like, oh, Cena, that was a little heelish, wasn't it? Yeah, that was the point. Like, in my mind, that was me. That's what I was saying. I was like, isn't that the point? Like, what do you mean? But that's neither here nor there. I'm not gonna go too far into that. I think
it was just Cena showing fight. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
Like, he can't be too goody two shoes, if that makes sense.
Exactly.
So yeah, like I said, so we're gonna hit our second break. We're gonna do the takeover, then we're gonna come back. So hit you on the other side.
Come on! Gonna win, yeah, we're taking over. Come on!
ROC. We're wearing this rap. No, okay. So we are back, and it's time for Takeover Preview. Coming from San Antonio, we got about 5 matches locked up for this event so far. That should cover the 2 hours. Probably get another match in there. But let's go down the line. DIY. Mr. Gargano and Mr. Champion will defend the tag team titles against the Authors of Pain. Winners of the last Dusty Classic. You may remember Authors of Pain, very huge dudes. But
that's correct.
They ain't come at a price. But
yeah,
I'm gonna go with DIY to win this match because I don't think they've had the belts that long, and I think the Authors of Pain is somebody who may get the belts later, but not right now. I think this is DIY's time until they come up to the main roster. So there's that one. Eric Young is taking on Ty Dillinger.
Ooh, that's gonna be interesting.
Who do you think?
I mean, maybe that's just me. You know what? I don't know. But I want to say Eric Young. Like, I hate to say that because I really just want Ty to win. I don't know if people know this too much about me, but I am a ridiculously huge Ty Dillinger fan. Like, I root for Ty Dillinger because I'll tell you, I think Ty Dillinger is awesome, but I think Eric Young is going to beat him, and I just don't want that to happen. I really don't. I don't want it to happen. Right. Keith, just why? You know? Like, come on, man. No. That's me being me, but still, it's like, no. I'm not looking forward to Ty Dillinger losing again. Like, I just don't want that to go down. But, you know, Eric Young and his cronies and their shenanigans.
Right.
So.
Because what up happening, everybody's got their own thing going on, but Eric Young and Sanity, I think they're going to be dangerous.
Yeah.
And I think Ty just ain't ready. Poor Ty, he lose heel, babyface, it don't matter. He get his ass whooped at TakeOver.
Mm-hmm.
That's just what goes down for him. Roderick Strong debuts at TakeOver. Well, his debut at TakeOver, but this is his big pay-per-view move. Of course he's going to be Andre Alabas or whatever his name is.
Of course he is. Right, that's a given.
Now it gets interesting down here. Asuka defends her title against Nikki Cross, Billie Kay, and Peyton Royce.
Ooh, yes.
So they're in a fatal 4-way for the women's title. I guess to ease up some pressure on folks' living room and stuff like that. You know what I mean? But Asuka, I can't bet against Asuka. Like, I think your people like Billie Kay and Nikki Cross, they gonna focus on each other eventually because they too busy watching each other.
To me, that is even more of a reason for you to focus on Asuka. If you are one of the other 3 women, you want to zero in on the champion. But at the same time, if you're Billie Kay or Peyton Royce, you're going to want to team together in order to take out the other 2 women. But the crazy part that they don't seem to even really consider is if you take out the other 2 women, you got to face each other. Because one of you is going to, if one of you is going to go home with the belt, that means you have to beat the other person. So it's really all of sense of, now we get to really see every woman for themselves, you know? But Keith, I think Nikki Cross can really, I personally think that Nikki Cross can hang with Asuka. I don't know if she can beat her, but I know that she definitely can really make for a good match with her. You know, I really can see it, like, unfolding.
Yeah, how do I say this? It looked like there was a strong bond there, but you don't see it, so I don't know, it's kind of interesting. But, so, do you think Asuka keeps her title?
I want to say yes. I don't want to say yes, but I'm going to say yes. Because, honestly, Keith, I think Nikki Cross can win this match. I think with it being a fatal four-way, it's more so in her favor. I think that we're ready for a new women's champion that can challenge Asuka. I think that Nikki Cross can definitely be that person to do it. So I'm going to say that the title does change hands and that it goes to Nikki Cross. That she represents sanity with the NXT Women's Championship. I might be far-fetched. I might be out there. I might just be crazy. But I'm telling you, I think that girl got her number. If there's one person, and as many times as we've done this, and as many times as we've talked about Asuka championship matches and just Asuka in general, I can honestly feel like for the first time that somebody, well, I'm not going to say the first time somebody came with, because she's had plenty of competitors, plenty of opponents that could fill that position, but I think Nikki's going to be the one to do it.
Right. We did Eric Young, we did Roddy, we did Asuka, we did DIY. Shinsuke Nakamura defends his NXT title against Bobby Roode. Does Nakamura carry that title over to the next takeover? Keish.
Yes. But I don't want him to beat Bobby Roode. See, this is where stuff gets conflicting. Because I'm trying not to let my personal feelings about these people get in the way of me booking their matches. But I do think Nakamura takes the title to the next pay-per-view. Wouldn't it be awesome if we had a glorious champion? Oh, man. That would be great. But I don't think that's going to happen. I really don't. So, we'll see.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm not going to bet against Nakamura. He got the belt back for the second time, and I don't think he's leaving NXT right away.
Right.
And I don't see him as a transitional champion. So I see him hold it on, and he'll probably drop it to Rude in April. Like, that would be my guess. Going forward on that.
Yeah, I could see that. I definitely can. I can even go as far as to agree with it. I really seriously, yeah. But I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, I don't know. Like, you really just want to be like, yeah, you know. Nah, I don't know.
Right.
We'll see.
Yeah,
but
we'll see.
That's takeover for you, though.
Yeah.
The unpredictabilities of it all is just...
Yeah, I thoroughly expect a good show. I watched NXT this week. Also, for watching NXT this week, that Ember Moon. Whoo.
Yeah. Yeah. Right? Yeah. That's going to be one of their next women stars.
Yeah.
I love her.
Yeah, fair enough. I believe she's going to be one of the next big stars. So that's it for TakeOver. We will be back. We're going to do Royal Rumble, and we're going to give it to you solid. So, peace.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to World Championship Wrestling. Before we see the world's strongest man in action, let's hear these comments from the Skyscrapers.
Tomorrow night,
It's where America said it couldn't be done. Well, I'm going to show America and I'm going to show the world that the Road Warriors are going to go down in defeat, and they're going to pack their bags and they're going to catch that interstate, whatever number it is, and head on back to Chicago and start picking up garbage or working for the city or doing whatever it takes to keep them eating, all right? Because Chicago street fight tomorrow night, Road Warriors, I'm going to make sure that your brains are beat in till your head looks like a can of sauerkraut. Tell them, Mark.
Road Warriors, we're going to stomp mud holes in you and we're going to walk them dry just like we did in Corpus Christi.
Yeah!
Tomorrow night, boys, you're going to fall like you ain't ever fell before because the 90s belong to the skyscrapers and Theodore, brother, we're going to make you something proud.
Whoa!
Road Warriors, move aside because the scrapers are here and we're here to stay.
Testify!
We're going down tomorrow night, believe me.
Yeah!
We are back on the other end. It is time for the Royal Rumble preview. Like I said,
yes.
1988, we had our first one. Winner, Hacksaw Jim Duggan. 1992, the Royal Rumble contested for a vacated world title. Winner being one only, Nature Boy Ric Flair.
That is true.
So things have happened that through non-traditional means and stuff like that. Just throw it out. Last year, or 2 years ago, or was it last year? Sorry, last year, Royal Rumble was the first time a title was defended in the Royal Rumble. As Roman Reigns lost the Royal Rumble and lost his world title to Triple H eventually.
Mm-hmm.
A lot going on. But all in all, I would say this ranks as easily 3 of the WWE's big 4 pay-per-views. And the only reason I give SummerSlam a nod at 2 is because SummerSlam has like Access Week, and they really kind of try to do and mimic. Plus the way release dates and stuff work. You know what I mean? Like I think it'd be good to be there. Next up, while we are going down the line, is the card. So, Keish, Cesaro, Sheamus, do they maintain titles, or is this the day the club finally breaks through? Is this the day that Anderson and Gallows say, hey, we didn't make a mess, we got this? So, go in there. Like I said, do the club get over this hump, or... I'm going to say that the club probably, there's a good chance they get over the hump. Here's the thing. It feels like they've been here this year. As great as the year AJ's had, it's kind of funny with the club because it's like they get done in kind of bad. Like, yo, y'all should have been tag team champs by now. Now, we know, of course, during the course of the year, the New Day was busy chasing down Demolition because Demolition's record had to be broken this year because somebody felt a little petty. So, you know, things happen the way they happen. Nothing against that. The match will have 2 refs, which is very interesting because I think to avoid the shenanigans, they're going to have 2 refs. But it's going to be done during the pre-show. So they give it a lot of, like, main show appeal to this, too. So, you know, that's how that's working out. AJ Styles, Sasha Banks will take on Nia Jax. Singles competition. I think Sasha will have a good showing. I think she'll have Nia on the ropes, but I think the end result will be Nia dropping that big leg on her. I think he already got mad where he want to go with that. But I'm going to say Nia Jax defeats Sasha. That's easy.
Yeah. I mean, because why not?
Yeah. After that, it's a series of title matches. Like, a lot of belts are up on the line. AJ Styles will defend the WWE title against John Cena. I I think Cena does not win this match, Keish. I think AJ, who has successfully beat John Cena multiple times on multiple occasions, I think he defeats John Cena. I think AJ carries his belt to Elimination Chamber. Now, what happens in Elimination Chamber, I don't know. I'm gonna take a month of wrestling to watch and figure it out. But I'm gonna say right now, I think Cena does not win. I think AJ Styles retains the title and does his thing. I mean, it's gonna be shenanigans possibly, but more likely not. I think Cena just won't be able to get the job done. And I think Cena's not being able to get the job done will put him in a funk. And I think this will further give me the idea that he probably is going to be on a collision course to The Undertaker for WrestleMania. Just an idea.
Hey, that's a great idea to go with.
Next match. Charlotte will defend her women's title against Bayley for the Raw brand women's title. Your thoughts, concerns, ideas? Because here's where I'm going to go with this. Charlotte does not lose at pay-per-views.
But she's facing Bayley.
I mean, here's the thing. She could... Hey, she knocked off Sasha Banks both times at pay-per-views. I don't think...
Which is true.
Okay, here's the thing. They like streaks. They like records. The idea that Charlotte doesn't lose at the pay-per-view is now going to be a thing. So...
Right.
Now, and it could be by hook or by crook. But I think she beats Bayley. Now, what goes well for Bayley is just like Sasha. On Raw, she can beat Charlotte without a problem.
I love Charlotte. I really do. And I'm not saying that, just I do. I'm a Charlotte fan. I am. But at some point, I think she's going to lose at this pay-per-view. And it might not be this one, but it might be another one at some other point in time. And I really want to see Bayley win this title at the Royal Rumble. I don't want to see her win it on Raw. I want her to take her belt at the Royal Rumble. I want that to happen. I really do. That's why she's my pick for this match. Because, of course, I'm going to pick the underdog in this because technically that's exactly what it is. Bayley's the underdog in this. So, I mean, man. I like Charlotte, and I give her all of her due. She is an incredible, incredible wrestler. But Bayley, yeah. I'm all for Bayley right now. So... I hope she does win. I really seriously think that Bayley is going to snap this whole undefeated streak at the pay-per-view thing for Charlotte. And I think that she's going to take her belt in the process. Double whammy, hurt your feelings, make you cry type thing, That's just me, though. That's pretty much how I see this going down. All here for the women.
Right.
Eventually they're going to end up having another fatal four-way situation with the Raw women. But, I'm not even getting all that. I'm not even getting all that.
Yeah. Yeah, say that now. But, like I said, so Charlotte will maintain her title. You say Bayley will take it. That's our first disagreement. Rich Swann will defend the Cruiserweight title against Neville. Who you got? Keisha, you been watching a lot of Cruiserweight.
I sure have. And I have to honestly say that as far as my personal feelings, I like both men. I think they're both incredible. The new Neville is everything that is awesome. And Rich Swann, I think, is an awesome champion. So I really was up on the ropes with this one. But I think the title changes hands here. I really believe that Neville is going to become our new cruiserweight champion, and it's going to happen at the Royal Rumble. And I think it's just because of the simple fact that this will amplify his new attitude way more with the belt than without it. I think that this is how you push Neville. You know what I'm saying? This is how you make Neville what he needs to be. Because with everything that he's been doing lately, like, this is how you put the exclamation point on it. You give him the title. Like, I seriously believe that Rich Swann is not going to retain. And I love Rich Swann. Let's just be honest. Like, I am a fan. I am a fan. But he's not going to beat Neville at Royal Rumble.
But, yeah, I mean, that's how it's going to go down. I think Neville will beat Swann. And the reason I think Neville will beat Swann is because he's been out on injury for a while. They promised something when he came back. I think I'm gonna go with Evan, right?
Right.
Next match, Kevin Owens, world champ, Universal champ. I'm sorry. Will be defending his belt against Roman Reigns in a no DQ match. Chris Jericho will be suspended above the cage in a Shark Tank match so he cannot interfere. I still think he finds a way to interfere.
I think so too.
Or the cage will be all the way locked up.
It's going to be a key in that pocket. The cage ain't going to be all the way locked up. He's going to figure there's going to be a loophole in this somewhere. He's going to get out that cage and he's going to help Kevin Owens, and Kevin Owens is going to retain his title, and it's just going to be a whole bunch of ridiculousness going on. So, but can I honestly say that I'm tired of the whole Kevin Owens, Chris Jericho thing? I don't even know. I guess it's, to me, it's, I'm just getting tired of the outcomes of championship matches where Jericho helps Kevin and that's how it goes. Like, it's getting old. It's getting old. So, but I honestly can say that I am actually excited about this match in general, but that Shark Cage is not going to stay up there. For all I know, that if somebody in the back is going to end up letting it down right into the ring, and it's going to be Kevin Owens himself that's going to let Jericho out, and the next thing you know, it's a 2-on-1. So, we'll see.
Yeah, I say Roman Reigns wins the title. Roman Reigns will beat Kevin Owens and win the title and move on to WrestleMania.
Oh,
he may not make it all the way to WrestleMania. He may get bumped off at Fastlane, but he will lose the title on Sunday. Mark my words, Kevin Owens. Expect to see Roman Reigns on Raw with the new red shiny belt.
Man, that's our second disagreement.
It's all good.
How's that we had?
I got long range plans for mine, so this is how it works. So, basically, Roman will win this title. He will lose it at Fastlane to Goldberg, and Goldberg will be waiting on the winner of the Royal Rumble, which will probably end up being, well, that's the Royal Rumble match. That's the next on the docket. What you got for the Royal Rumble match, Keish? Before I go into that,
don't even ask me that, Keith. Like, why are you even asking me that? Like, I don't have anything for the Royal Rumble match because I don't have a winner. I don't have a winner. I don't have a winner. Like, I said that 3 times because I just wanted to be reiterated and emphasized. I don't have a winner for the Royal Rumble match. I don't know who the hell is going to win this thing. Like, I seriously don't. Because I don't know all of the main roster competitors. Okay? Let's just be honest. I know we already got 22 slots filled for it and everything, but let's be real. I don't know who all the main roster competitors are. I know who some of the main ones are, and I feel like none of them is going to win. So I don't know really how to even... I don't know what to do, Keith. I don't know what to do. Like, it's just confusing.
Okay, the Royal Rumble match is loaded. I can make a case for a lot of people. Do I want to build a rising star in Braun Strowman? Do I want to build a rising star in Big Cass or Baron Corbin? Which, good God, googly of the size and height of these guys. In a company where a lot of people are coming back small, it's some freakishly tall people in there.
These guys are huge.
Finn Balor is coming back to the main roster. Does he want a shot at his main title? That was taken him because of injury, right? Which you're not supposed to, but you know what I mean. Goldberg, Undertaker ain't here to chump. He ain't been in a Royal Rumble match in a long time. Brock Lesnar is in the Royal Rumble match. You see what I'm saying? Like, the load is heavy. My prediction: no top 5 this year. Brock Lesnar wins it. Once again, Brock Lesnar wins. He will face Goldberg. Goldberg will get the title at Fastlane for Roman, who's going to win it tonight by beating Mario. And then that's how the flip is going to happen.
Man.
So we get Goldberg and Brock at WrestleMania for the title.
That sounds like an awesome setup.
We're going to get Undertaker and John Cena for WrestleMania. Triple H versus
really
Seth
happening?
Rollins. I think it's going to go down. I think they're going to set the table here this weekend. That's the whole point of the Royal Rumble, is really setting that table for WrestleMania and the idea of how we're going to do WrestleMania.
I don't know if I'm really ready for Undertaker Cena. Am I ready for that?
It's late game
to happen?
for Taker, so I think he just wants to have somebody who he feel like can maneuver and work, and has the name and all that stuff. Like, he ain't gonna shoot fish in the barrel, right? But yeah, I mean, that is a thing. So, yeah, I'm going with Brock. Like I said, I think Taker and Cena. I've seen the promo. I think there's a good chance that happens. I think it goes on each one of their bucket lists. I really don't know anything else. I think that's pretty much it. Any parting shots, Keish? Anything you want to get out your chest?
I just want to say, please watch TakeOver and the Rumble this weekend, because it's going to be some interesting wrestling this weekend. Like, I'm excited to watch both of them. I can't wait to see both of them. I definitely have been having conversations about this all week, and last week included, and I don't know, Keith. Like, I'm really stoked about this stuff. Like, for the first time in a long time, I can actually say, like, I'm super excited about this pay-per-view. Both of them, that is. Like, I'm just kind of like, wow. Like, man, I don't know, Keith. I don't know, but also thank you everyone that has been listening. I definitely, I don't want to speak for just myself. We definitely appreciate you, and we love you, and we are glad that you are tuning in to us, because I'm telling you, man, we get excited about this stuff. I know I definitely do. So, and as I've been told, I am obsessed, but I'm like, I am not obsessed. I just love wrestling. So let's just be real about that situation. Like, I don't want to use the word obsessed. That just sounds crazy. But yes. So, Keith, I love you, and I thank you for including me in and as your co-host. Like, because this is awesome. Like, I give you, like, my take on this every week. This is an awesome opportunity. I love doing this. And I especially love doing this with you, sir. Your greatness.
I appreciate that. I thank you for being a gracious and competent co-host who carries the show sometimes in times of need, who is patient and can deal with the helter-skelter jerky schedule of the executive producer. With that, we are out. We will be back next week with the recap of the Rumble, and we'll be real on our way to WrestleMania. So with that, we say peace.
Bye.